Hi everyone, welcome to Eat Something with Dee. Today I'm really excited because I'm going to be making my first ever seafood dish for you guys. So what I'm going to be making is a coconut prawn curry or shrimp curry. Now, as I've mentioned a whole bunch of times, I grew up in Bombay, which is on the west coast, right? Yes, west coast of India. And so we've got a lot of access to lots of yummy, fresh seafood and of course, lots of coconuts. So everybody has kind of a version, I feel, of a prawn coconut curry. This is just my mom's version, the one that she taught me, but it leans towards more of a Goan style of curry, which is from Goa, which is a fantastic beach town in India. So I'm gonna get started right away and show you my mom's version of a kind of Goan coconut prawn curry. It comes together really quickly, but there is a lot of prep involved beforehand, but it's totally worth it. So let's get going. I'll show you the ingredients. I'll tell you all the pre-prep, and then we'll get cooking. All right, let's go. So I'm going to bring you over and let's make sure I've got everything. Oh, stay with me now. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Can you see all my ingredients? There's quite a bit going on, but I will walk you through all of it. And it's really not that scary. So let's start with this interesting looking thing. This is basically a spice paste that we make for this particular curry. We cook the spices slightly differently. So we're gonna, excuse me, I've got a frog in my throat. We're gonna make up a spice paste. So the way to make this paste, essentially, I've got the ingredients right here. I've got 5 to 6 red Kashmiri chilies soaking in vinegar. Kashmiri chilies are chilies from Kashmir. They usually come dried and they are extremely spicy. So when you soak them, notice that I've removed most of the seeds. You don't see too many seeds in there. So just crack them open, empty out the seeds, and then you're left with a little bit of a punch, but you get a lot of that lovely red color. So 5 to 6 Kashmiri chilies soaked in vinegar. About a half hour or so for soaking is really okay. And then we add a tablespoon and a half of coriander powder and 1 teaspoon of turmeric. Now, the reason I have red chili powder here is because if you can't find Kashmiri chilies or you don't want to bother with it, you can just use about 2.5 teaspoons of the red chili powder and make a paste with the other spices. Throw in a little bit of vinegar to make it a little bit of a wet paste, and you're good to go. So that is our spice paste, which we'll be using in today's curry. It's our main spice mixture. Then I'll come over here to our shrimp, which we pre-prep. So I've got about 20 shrimp here. They are raw. Remember, if you're doing raw shrimp, clean it really, really well. You don't want to get sick. Shrimp is a little bit tricky, so make sure you get that vein out in the back. Don't get grossed out. This is food. Clean it really well, and you're good to go. So I have this, again, marinating in about a tablespoon of ginger garlic paste and a teaspoon of salt right here. And I've also got a half teaspoon of turmeric that I showed you earlier. So all of that, squish it all in, marinate it for about a half hour. So that's our pre-prep there. Let me bring you over to the back here. I've got about a medium-sized russet potato already boiled and chopped up. If you're looking for cups, about a cup and a half or so, already boiled because it'll cook well with the shrimp at the same time. Then I've got about 3/4 cup of sliced up red onion, a 1/4 cup of coriander. I feel like everything I cook has coriander in it. Cilantro, coriander, same thing, absolutely delicious. What else we got? Of course, we've got our coconut milk here, which is a cup of coconut milk. I just get mine in a can, so you can do that. How else do you get coconut milk anyway? Cans are the best bet, I guess. So a cup of coconut milk. And I cook this recipe in ghee. So I'm going to give a shout out to Angie's Golden Ghee. I love them. I'm almost out, Angie. I need some more. So about a tablespoon of ghee to cook. And then you're also going to use 1 Kashmiri red chili. You're just going to break it and throw it into the ghee right before you throw the onions in. And then I've got some fresh cilantro for garnish. And oh, yes, I can't forget my half the juice of half a lime. It adds a little bit of tang in there and it's really tasty. So I think I've covered everything. Of course, I've got a little bit of hot water on the side always because that's just how I cook. And we're good to go. So let me bring you over to my stove here where I have been sort of browning up some onions. Here, let me bring you, hi. Let me bring you over. And they might be a little bit too brown, but you know, essentially you brown up your onions in some ghee along with that one red Kashmiri chili and you get it going. I'm not sure if you can see very well. Is that better? Is that better? There, that might work a little better. All right, so we've got our onions going already, and the Kashmiri chili in there. And so your onions are already browned, and you can already start right away with the spice paste that I mentioned. Now remember, it's Kashmiri chilies, coriander powder, turmeric, and that's really it. A little bit of vinegar. So we're just going to chuck that right in. And loosen it up with just a little bit of hot water, just to get it going. Just to get it going. Get it a little bit runny, dissolve your paste nicely in the water. Beautiful. Just a little bit. I'm not giving you exact measurements. I want to say that was about 4 tablespoons or so of water, but really you just have to judge based on the consistency, and you just want to get it a little pasty like that. Are you good to see? There you go. Perfect. Okay. So you've got that going. Give it a little stir. And then right away, you can add your potatoes. So just gently, because they're already boiled, you don't want to chuck them around too much. So just gently throw them in and coat them nicely with the spices. Here we go. Beautiful. Really, really easy. Just coat your spices in there. I'm going to probably add a little more water to this, just to give it a little more liquid to float around in. Get all nice and coated. And at this point, I'm going to add my juice of half a lime and chuck in my coriander too, because I really want to cook that taste into it. It's not a garnish kind of thing. This is to actually cook the coriander taste right into it. And now these potatoes, like I said, are already cooked and boiled up, so you really don't have to worry too much about them. You can just get them going, and then right away, you got your shrimp in there. Shrimp or prawns, whatever you prefer to call them. And then again, you're just gonna let them go for a bit. About on a medium-high flame or so. Just toss them around. You got your potatoes in there. Oh God, this smells delicious. You got your shrimp in there. And then we just need to let it sit for a little bit with a little more water. Just a little bit. You don't want to drown this out too much with too much water. You don't want to liquefy it too much, and you don't want to dilute it, because after this you're going to chuck in all of your coconut milk, and so you'll dilute way too much of the flavor if you put too much water in. So just a little bit of water so it doesn't burn, doesn't stick to the bottom, and then you just cover it off. and let it sit for a while, and then I'll talk to you guys. So like I said, a lot of people have different versions of coconut curry. This particular coconut curry is something that my mom made very often. It comes together really easily. My grandmother used to make it with desiccated coconut, and that's a whole other thing, and it's way more involved. This is kind of an easier version for me. And I feel like we do it with shrimp a lot, we do it with prawns a lot, but you can also do it with chicken. You can also do it with mutton if you are a mutton eater. I feel like not too many people are mutton eaters here. I wonder if it might go with beef. I feel like the consistency might be the same in terms of cooking. So you can do it with all sorts of different meats. You could just do it with potatoes and it would be delicious. As long as you get that lovely coconut flavor in there, you can pretty much do it with anything. So what we're doing right now is we're waiting for our shrimp and potatoes to cook up a little bit. And I'm going to show you how that's going because it's already steamed up quite a little bit. And oh God, it's so yummy smelling. Sooner or later, Facebook is going to have to like introduce smell-o-vision. Smell-o-vision, that just sounds disgusting. But if you could smell this right now, you would be in ecstasies like I am because it's absolutely delicious. And I know it seems like the shrimp has gotten a little bit lost in there, so just pay attention. But here's a little shrimpy right there. And you know, they're cooking up pretty easily. Shrimp doesn't take a very long time to cook, and you just need to keep an eye on it because it will get kind of rubbery if you overcook it. So these guys are coming together pretty nicely. I'm kind of really pleased with that. You can just toss them around a little bit more. I think I'm going to let it go for just another 2 or 3 minutes to make sure that it's cooking up nicely. And that gives me an opportunity to talk to you guys a little more and regale you with my fantastic stories. So as I was saying, coconut curry is one of my favorite things. The town that I grew up in, Bombay, is along the coast. And so you kind of have coconut in a lot of different recipes. People even mix it in with like French beans and all sorts of different yummy, delicious foods. Even desserts come with coconut in them, and they're really great. And I know that coconut has been having a moment out here for a really, really long time. People are going crazy over coconut oil, coconut water, and all that great stuff. And we just grew up with it back home. So it's not really a fad. It's not really new to me. It's just something that I've had as part of my cooking repertoire for many, many years now. So I'm sharing this recipe with you guys so that maybe you can add some coconut into your life. All right, okay, so coming back to this, you have to forgive me for rambling. Sometimes I have to do that in order to let the food cook. So, all right, actually, this is perfect. So our shrimp has actually cooked up quite nicely, almost halfway there. At this point, really, all you have to do now is add in your coconut milk. Now, I keep my coconut milk out just so it gets to room temperature in case you refrigerate it or whatever. Just make sure it's room temperature. And then very gently, we're going to add in 1 cup of coconut milk. Ta-da! Yummy, yummy. All right. And then you just give it a good stir. Ah, so pretty. Beautiful. Oh, I love that. So the color from the chilies and the turmeric has really gotten into the coconut milk and gives us this beautiful golden hue, which I absolutely love. And of course you can see the coriander in there as well. So it all comes together in a very pleasing looking curry. Now, when it gets to this point, you can just leave it on the gas on a medium to low flame. Just let all the flavors infuse in there and bring it to a sort of a medium boil on a, like I said, medium to low flame. You don't want to boil it too much. You also don't want the coconut milk to sort of split or separate. It doesn't really split so much, but it does sort of go a little wonky if you don't watch it. So watch it, keep it on a medium-low flame, and then you can just cover it off and let it go. And by the magic of pre-preparation, of course, I have one already prepared for you. So let me move this to the back. Oof, here we go. And bring over the one that I made before. And this is how it looks, all nice and cooked down. You see that the color's darkened a little bit as well. I'm not sure if you can see that properly. Check it out. Yeah, the color's darkened a little bit. The potatoes have gotten even softer than they were because they're already boiled. The shrimp, if I can find a piece, the shrimp gets really shriveled up and tiny. Can you see that? The two little tiny shrimp. So that's when you know it's all beautiful and cooked and ready to eat. So really all we have to do now is plate it up and get it into our faces. So I'm gonna make a little bit of room really quickly and bring you guys over for the plating. See how quickly it comes together? Like once you get all your prep done, you really have nothing else to do but put it all together. So here we go. I'm gonna bring you here, and I'll show you my little plate preparation here. So I obviously serve this with rice. This is some delicious basmati rice that I made prior. And here we have a little slaw that we make pretty often in my household anyway. It's onions, tomatoes, cucumbers, all nicely thinly sliced. Little wedge of lime there, just in case you want a little hit of lime on top of your curry. So let me try and pour this on nicely for you. There we go. Got some potatoes in there, got some prawns in there. Pretty, pretty. Wait, I need some more prawns in there. I like my seafood. Gorgeous. And that's really all there is to it. You can garnish a little bit if you like with some coriander, because I put coriander on everything apparently. And that's it. That's your delicious, my mommy's style, Goan style coconut prawn curry. It comes together really quick, it's really delicious, and it's got a bit of a kick to it with the spice. So moderate the spice according to how you like to eat it. Let me give you one more look at it, and then look how pretty. Look how pretty. Just wanted to watch that for a little bit. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay. All right, I'm gonna turn this up. And I'm going to talk to you guys one last time. Whoop, sorry. There we go. All right, so that's really all there is to it. It is a beautiful coconut curry with shrimp and potato and lots of love. So make it for your family, enjoy it, and enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Thank you so much for joining me again, and thank you for continuing to watch me and encourage me on this fantastic journey. I love you guys, and I will see you next Sunday.